Right, so in this video, I'm going to go through the 7 subject lines that will get your emails opened, and this is specifically for cold emails. So this isn't for like email marketing, or if you've got like a list from your newsletter or something. This is specifically for email marketing. So first things first, I just want to clarify the goal of the subject line is just to get your email opened. It is not to sell. It's basically to sell the next step, which is to read the copy of your email. Now, this works in conjunction with the preview line as well. So yeah, those two things combined, and I'll make another video separate for the preview line, but we're just going to focus on the subject line for now. So the first thing is just to reiterate here that it's a vanity metric, right? So it can still be important for your health of your cold email campaigns, but don't spend so much time like obsessing over it. Just learn some fundamentals, which I'll teach you today in terms of the like actual subject lines that will actually work. This is some of the results that we've gotten. So about a 75% average open rate from some of the campaigns. And again, all of this is just assuming that you have deliverability set up correctly. So firstly, we'll jump into what are the main mistakes that you might be making with subject lines. So first one is you're coming across as like a sales email. So I can show you here, for example, like some examples of some people that have emailed me. Quick staffing and onboarding domain vetted engineers for Leidene. Like it's just so long. And instantly when I see that, it's a sales email, and I may open it, but if I open it, I know that I'm just going to be like, yeah, whatever, and just like scan through it or whatever, just not care. So yeah, and having your offer in the subject line or having like emojis or exclamation marks or anything like that, like it just screams sales email, right? If you literally click on your spam folder in your emails, you'll see a whole bunch of emails that use like emojis and exclamation marks and like Black Friday this off and all this kind of stuff. Like it's just crap. It just doesn't work. Just because it looks like a sales email, it looks like a marketing email. So no one is going to look at that and have some level of intrigue. They know that you're selling something. So yeah, so that's the first mistake. Don't do that at all. The second one is using very common subject lines that everyone uses. Now, everyone uses things like this. This again is another example, a perfect example of something else. I know that probably one of the most common ones is like quick question and then plus the person's name. It's like so overused that what a lot of people have is like a mental spam filter, which basically means that as soon as they see it, they instantly will start to think that it's spam or it's like a sales email or something like that. So yeah, just be wary of that. They can work, and don't get me wrong, they can get some okay results, but it's better to try to be different as opposed to just doing what everyone else is doing, because then again you'll maybe have like lower open rates or something as well. So, and then the other thing is it might be too long. So again, this is a perfect example of like one that's just way too long. Like it's just like, I don't know how many words that is, but it's just way too long. So don't make it too long. And the next one is being clickbaity. And having nothing to do with what the email body is actually about. It's kind of just annoying and will piss off the prospect. So this is a good example of just like, what do you think? It's like, it's relatively generic, but at the same time, it's just, I mean, firstly, the email is not targeted at all, but anyways, but yeah, so you just want to make sure that it's not like clickbaity and someone clicks through and then it's like completely different in the email to what the subject line is. It's just going to piss prospects off. So what are some of the principles that work for subject lines? So the first one is just keep it short. 3 words or less is perfect. There are very rare occasions when having a long subject line will work. For example, if it's like hyper specific, but that's if you're doing an extremely personalized campaign. If you're sending to several hundred or thousands of people, then you want to just keep it short and sweet, like less than 3 words. You want to make it sound like it's an internal email. So something that this person at this company would have received from another person that they're obviously going to open because they need to communicate with that person, right? Unless it's on Slack or something. So make it sound like an internal email and make it about what your email is. Like it's really simple. Keep it short and sweet, make it sound like an internal email, and make it actually about what your email is. So here are the subject lines that you can use. And I'll go through all of them step by step. So this is one that's worked really well for me when I was sending out custom lead lists to people. So I wasn't sending the lead list straight away. If they respond, then I would send out the custom lead list and just put custom list. And I think it's got like 80% or something open rate. Prospecting doc also works well. Again, like the goal, the strategy that I'm very much using at the moment is having some kind of really strong lead magnet or sales asset that you send to them or that you offer to send to them. So just create the subject line around what that is. So if you're doing something around prospecting, just say prospecting doc. If you're doing something around like HR, you could say new hires. And yeah, these are just examples, but they have to be, again, the most important thing is just following these principles here. Keep it short and sweet, make it sound like an internal email, and then make it about what your email is. So again, if my email is about custom lists, then send them that. If it's like a sales asset or something, just say assets. Try and test like smaller case and then uppercase. So, you can have like custom lists, but as smaller case C, smaller case L, and just try and test that. Different things work for different markets. But yeah, these are 7 subject lines that I've used, or very similar to what I've used, that have gotten like 75 to 80+% open rates. And again, all of this is assuming that you have your deliverability set up correctly. So yeah, it's not necessarily that you copy these, but just take the principles on board, which is keep it short and sweet, make it about what your email is, and make it look like an internal email. So literally 1 to 3 words max. And then just make it about what you're actually sending the email for. And the thing is, people won't, like, it passes their mental spam filter because they're not thinking it's a sales email. They're not thinking it's from like someone that they don't know. There's an instantaneous trigger in the brain that's like, oh, what is that, right? And the goal of that is to just get them to open the email so that they can read your bloody email. And again, this works alongside the preview text, but that's a separate video, which I'll go through. But yeah, I hope you found this video useful. If you have, then I have an email newsletter as well, that you can sign up to in the link below. And I'll be sending out like a couple of emails a week, basically just giving tips and insights that are in detail, just like this video, that will help you to book more meetings through using cold email, content creation, and lead magnets, so that you can make more money, basically. So yeah, hopefully you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.